Hey folks, welcome back to Type-0, and today we are tackling the Fortress of Goth.
But anyways, here we go.
At ease.
I think I remember this being. You said you posted that word in the Discord,
you're all
and I
here.
just read it as Tory
Let's
Goth.
begin. Some of you may already know, but the
I didn't
consortium
know what to
has
do with
authorized
that.
a large-scale counterattack.
So, basically, this is kind of the point at which the game decides, you know, we haven't had a violent difficulty spike yet. This seems like a good a spot as any.
Independent group under the instruction of a commanding officer.
So you're saying that we'll be acting separately from the main army?
I do admit the
Launching an
background music for
offensive
this
against
part
the
is
Imperial
really
Army.
good.
Since the cadet units are few in number, you will have superior mobility. You will be Orient's most powerful auxiliary.
So yeah,
force.
this sounds
What's our destination?
entirely on the level.
The stronghold of Togorath. Togorath borders our neighbors on the north and the east. So defensively speaking, it is in our best interest to recover it quickly.
Also, I
Togorath
just want to point out,
is
while
currently under the Empire's
Kurosame's on
control.
screen here, like,
It would be exceedingly difficult for
apparently
the main
he's
army
the
to
star
take
of, like,
back.
some prequel manga to the
So you will
game,
participate
and you
in
actually get to see him unmasked,
auxiliary
like,
force.
not wearing that, like, stupid
Subjugating the main
Kakashi,
enemy
like,
forces from
Darth
the
Vader
inside.
metal grinder thing on
Then
his
you'll join the
face.
main army to
And
ambush enemy forces left in
just
the
for your
stronghold.
information, he looks like a total tool underneath it.
I was gonna say, he's an
Depending on
anime pretty boy underneath, I assume.
succeed in lowering
Oh
the
god,
enemy's
yes.
morale. Show them the power of Agito cadets.
Like, literally, you take that thing off him and put him in a Class 0 uniform, and he just blends right into the background.
So, yeah, it says mission level 13. That is an awful, awful lie that you should not believe.
I know, like,
We're on our way.
I was discussing this as I was kind of playing through it with Artix the night of, and he was like, yeah, I'd suggest that you be level 13, and I said, okay, well, I'm going into this at, like, level 17, and he's like, oh, you're properly leveled for it then, good.
Like I said, entirely on the level. Figuratively and literally.
Yeah, so today we're going to be rolling with 9, Cater, and Ram, I believe, is my main party. Oh yeah, and this is a thing. There are now roaming monsters. Don't touch them, you will die horribly.
Oh god, please tell me you get that on camera.
Cool. Good times.
And that's the thing, the warning is very vague and obtuse. Also, yeah, you can see, now that we've used 2 chocobos to breed, we now have 1 less chocobo to play around with. So like I said, chocobos are consumable items in this game, just like literally everything else is. I think there's a metaphor behind it, but, you know.
When you get on a chocobo, it changes the world map music from a minor key to a major one. I'm still angry about that. I'm going to be angry about this for the rest of eternity.
I mean, it's also worth pointing out that being on a chocobo, like most games, stops random encounters.
But that doesn't do anything about the goddamn behemoths that are running around all over the place now.
So, yeah, you'll see these yellow dots on the map. Those are wild chocobos. And we can actually claim them just by kind of running up and grabbing them. You can technically do this when you're on foot. It is a huge pain in the ass, though, and basically the only reason you should ever be attempting it is if you are completely out of chocobos otherwise.
Yeah, I can imagine. So those things are all totally killable, right?
Technically?
So, yeah, I am hoping beyond hope you get it on camera here, because,
I do not fight them in this video, but, we will, at some point, pick a fight with one to show, why you don't do that.
yeah, so, just as kind of a preview, yeah, the game very obtusely says, be careful of the strong monsters that are out there, when, in actuality, yeah, if you run into one of those things, it's a level 99 creature and it will kill you instantly.
Cool.
But anyways, it's Togorath time.
Hell yeah.
So this is basically Watch Artix pick the wrong fucking party for this mission. .mov.
I mean, there's like 13 fucking characters here. I don't know what the fuck's going on. What even is the difference between any of these people, really?
It's a long and complex process that I have no interest in actually explaining. Basically, like, I'll give my quick rundown of, like, the way I played through this game. I decided that because, like, 8 is the one-punch man of this group in the most literal sense, I decided I was going to main him. So, basically, playing as 8 kind of turns this game into Asura's Wrath, quite literally.
That sounds fun.
Oh, it's fun as hell, believe me, but his main drawbacks are, yeah, he's very short range and can't take damage for shit, but that kind of all goes out the window once you unlock Slipstream and basically the infinite dodge maneuver. So he's really good for the first part of this mission, but the boss, oh boy, we're gonna have things to say about the boss when we get there. But anyways, info dump that we just talked over anyway.
Yeah, so we moved our arrows into the circle and everything was good.
Class 0, commencing maneuvers.
It seems pretty much the same as literally any briefing screen that's ever been in any video game ever.
So, alright, so first up here we have Cater. Cater is the third and final range, well, the fourth range character, but the last one. She uses a laser pistol, and it charges up when it's not being shot, and the more it's charged, the more damage it does.
I already hate her voice actress.
She basically has both of Trey and King's advantages with, like, nearly none of their disadvantages. She's got infinite ammo, rapid shot, but she does shit damage.
She's an alright mage. Elementillary is exactly what it sounds like. She just shoots an elemental bullet.
It's my turn.
And,
I'll make you
oh. What the fuck am I even doing here? Oh, there we go.
What you're doing is you're making me hate everything, is what you're doing.
Oh yeah, it's very easy to accidentally change who you're playing as, just like if your finger slips on the D-pad. Which, I kind of thought you were going for Rem there, because, like, at close range, Rem is a goddamn monster.
Yeah, well, Rem is interesting because she's one of the ones that I'm probably never going to play as, because she is, like, peak mage.
Really?
Well, no, like, her default ability is dual cast. She's the only character in the game that's allowed to have two magic, like, she's allowed to have all of her ability slots be magic.
Huh.
Everybody else, I think, has to have at least one ability.
Because, like, I know that when I used her, like, in, like, the training arena, like, to level up and shit, like, she was basically, like, the kill site queen, basically, like, she could just, like, zip up to an enemy and just, like, slash them across the neck and, like, just go, like, full Arya Stark on everyone.
I mean, I admit I've never used her in close range, so that's quite possible, but yeah, no, stat-wise, she's a mage. Like, the magiest mage.
Oh god, yeah, like, she's got shit defense, but, like, her offense, yeah, she can just break the fuck out of, kill shots and kill sites.
Right, so that's all great, and that's all great for her, but unfortunately, while doing any of that, we will have to listen to her talk, which I think nullifies all of that stuff.
I can't say the man is wrong.
No. Well, the good part is, technically, she's not in the party right now, because we got the SP characters there on the 2 and 3 slot, but, yeah.
So, the game tells you about these snipers. You can totally ignore them. I don't know why it tells you, because it just makes you fight there longer.
Yeah, that's kind of where I fucked myself playing as 8, because, like, 8 has no ranged abilities.
So, yeah. This room. So, the first thing you get here is you see that big wall. and this golem, and it's like, hey, I have to destroy the wall. You will notice that is not what I am doing. I am running the fuck away.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems like they're just going for a Final Fantasy Demon Wall gambit.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at this wall. A closer look.
Proceed with caution. What? Don't you dare lock us in here!
So, this room is devious because it looks like you could probably get that wall. It's not that hard.
Currently, that would be us.
The problem is the golem who's standing right there.
Is he gonna fuck you up?
Oh god, yes, like, look at this. Like, the golem is functionally invincible unless you land a kill sight on him, which only happens when it tries to basically, yeah, pound the shit out of you, and you can only nail it from behind. And even then, the golem has, like, 7 health bars, so you will never do any damage to it.
So, yeah, let's not do that, and instead move on.
That seems like good, sane game design.
The thing of it is, like, you saw the wall had a health bar. It had, like, 6 health bars, but...
Well, the wall is deceptive, because it only has, like, 3 health bars. You could easily, like, before I got absolutely obliterated there in that secondary take, like, I had it down to, like, half of a health bar. Like, I could have, if I wanted to throw away more characters at it, I totally could have killed that wall.
And, again, this is where more of my laughing at Artix's pain comes into play, because, like I said, I brought 8 into this one at an insanely high level, and, yeah, just basically punched the wall to death and ran through it.
Oh, here's a fun little mechanic. Instead of killing people who are left over, you can, like, capture them, and you get shit out of it, instead of, their soul. So we got a healing item instead there.
That's very Metal Gear.
Yeah, and the thing is, the game doesn't tell you can do this.
Lost contact with Company 336.
So,
It's
you could just basically just spend, like, minutes on end running around trying to figure out what the hell am I supposed to do, why isn't the game despawning from battle.
336 first.
Take over.
It's my turn.
So if it wasn't obvious from earlier, 9 is a Dragoon. His whole thing is that he jumps, and it's really strong. He's probably my favorite of the melee characters.
Like, I don't like how this game just dumps all of these characters on you all at the same time, and they're all different. Like, other games are like, yeah, they introduce you to people one at a time, and then they make you do a dungeon with them, or like make you do some story shit with them, so you can get to know their shit, and there'll be boss battles based around their weird gimmicks, and it's like learning stuff. But not this fucking game.
Again, this is something else that I have kind of privately discussed with Artix, where, like, there is a disturbing, if unspoken, like, casual disregard for humanity in this game, in that, like, yeah, you are basically given all of these characters with the barest hints of characterization, and you are kind of expected to just blow through them all, one at a time, until you just run through your entire party. So it's like, they're almost like not even like actual party characters. They're just like toys you're expected to break until you finally get down to the ones you actually want to play as.
Sounds pretty much like the final boss of Final Fantasy VIII.
I'm here to help.
Also, good god, that's a lot of blood.
Now you can summon Eidolons.
So, yeah. Summoning. That's a thing.
Just like that, huh?
Oh, I missed this part of the whole mission because...
Lab monsters have escaped. You have permission to terminate.
Yeah, because you just broke through.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted to be done with this mission so fucking hard that, yeah, I just ignored this room completely.
Yeah, so, we got a license to summon Ifrit. We will do that a little bit later, just to show off how summoning works.
licenses. Now it's Final Fantasy 12.
But yeah, so that was the only reason we came here, was so that we could unlock Ifrit as a summon.
And that's just there in the middle of this active war zone.
793rd Company.
And let me
On the
guess,
perimeter.
because I blew through that, I no longer have access to Ifrit, right?
I don't know. But anyway, so hey, remember that thing with the wall?
It's back!
So now we have to do that. That is no longer optional.
I'll make you proud.
That is your goal in this room, to break down that wall.
So, like, you just gotta kite the thing and then break the wall?
Well, again, if you're playing as the right characters, yeah, you just run up to the wall and punch it to death. Also, hi Ifrit, bye Ifrit.
Or you could summon like the game wants you to, and then get absolutely fucked by the golem because Ifrit is slow as shit.
Also, see, yeah, now you're playing the game the right way. Punch that fucking wall.
Yeah. This game seems really well designed.
Also, yeah, oh god, you are going to places I have never seen in this game, so...
Oh yeah, by the way, we did remember to say that when you summon, in doing so, you kill whoever the summoner is, right?
Alright.
So like, Ren died to give me that Ifrit.
All obstacles have been removed.
And then it got tooled.
This fucking game.
So, yeah, casual disregard for human life all over the place.
Imperial
Like,
forces are
this
retreating, and they're
mission,
gathering
and then, well, really, the game as a whole, but, like, this mission is literally acceptable losses, the game.
Occupy the 4 main areas
Oh yeah,
inside the base.
because there's a stinger at the end of this that I lost my shit over, and we'll come to it.
So, but the good news is that in coming here, we have now disabled the security, so all of the golems are now gone. Thank Christ.
Crystal guide you.
I stand by my opinion from the very beginning of this video that this whole thing is totally on the level.
So yeah, we're gonna be playing as 8 for a while. Just a very cathartic punching the shit out of some dudes.
8 seems okay.
Yeah, so, like, you can see his main thing is his stances. So, like, on Square, he's got Swift Wind stance right now, where basically you, like, push the X button, or the square button, or whatever button it's mapped to, and depending on which way you tilt the analog stick, he can perform, like, 3 or 4 different attacks. Like, I think with Swift Wind, like, if you push up, he has, like, this running charge attack where he basically just spears an enemy, and if you level it up, like, you can, like, if you tilt, like, left or right, he jumps in the air and just, like, kicks a dude in the face, and if you tilt it down, like, he just, like, does a ground pound and, again, just punches the ground and just, like, sends people flying. So, like, yeah, like, 8 is a very, very, very cathartic character to play as. It just takes a little bit of finesse to figure out how to play as him.
We made our way inside. We'll take care of any stragglers.
Man, it sounds like he just turns this thing into a good video game.
Pretty much, yeah. Like I said, he turns this game into Asura's Wrath.
Yeah, 8 is great, as long as you don't need to be anywhere other than directly in an enemy's dick. There's a few problems with that, though.
Yeah, namely that area that we just left with the snipers and everything.
Alright, snipers.
Also, yeah, like, enemies can dodge as well in this game. So, like, especially, like, at lower levels, you will have, like, playing as 8, you can try to punch the shit out of people, but they will, like, just be dodge rolling like crazy out of your way and everything. Also, yeah, here is where playing as 8 really comes around to bite you in the ass, because,
I'm guessing you can't punch the helicopter.
unfortunately, no.
Yeah, that would be a solid guess. And
Hey, it's Tetsuya Nomura again.
yeah, he's leveled up a bit since we last saw him.
Now he has 4 zippers.
Yeah, again, just with the range punching and all that, yeah, sadly, this is the one instance where a Final Fantasy game suffers from a failure of imagination where you cannot punch the helicopter.
I'm trying so hard to absorb those Phantomas, and the game's like, oh, you want to lock onto this guy.
Yeah. Like, again, that is something I found very frustrating, especially, like, in the training arena and everything, too. Where, like, it spawns in, like, a new wave of enemies before you can even harvest the Phantoma from the people you just got done killing.
Thanks, Tetsuya Nomura. I agree.
Leave this to me.
You did good work. For once in your career.
Actually, I kind of like his work on Xenoblade 2. He did the designs for all of the main antagonists, and they're actually really good.
I guess I should say, I don't mind him so much when he's only doing character design work. It's when he directs stuff that everything goes completely to hell.
Yeah, Nomura is one of those people where, like, he's basically George Lucas. The man is capable of doing great shit. He just needs an editor like crazy.
So, fortunately, we can shoot arrows at this helicopter, and that'll get the job done.
Allegedly.
You know, provided...
That thing is not a carrier. Like, what? Why is that called a carrier?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, eventually, as you can see, I just kind of gave up. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm getting King out. Yeah, that was point-blank shot. It's literally just a shotgun coming out of your magnums.
Good times. Art director.
Yeah, the game is kind of weird as to, like, who it decides to put in cameo roles. Where, like, you've got the production staff, and, like, you've got Tetsuya Nomura, and then suddenly you've got, like, the bassist from Bump of Chicken for no reason.
Are you suggesting that being the bassist from Bump of Chicken is not as important as being Tetsuya Nomura?
I'd forgotten about Bump of Chicken. Now I'm reliving that first video all over again.
Like 20 minutes of footage of this poor kid dying and then Bump of Chicken. Like, again, it's not quite as hilarious as Shooty HG. And that picture that I showed you guys of, like, the actual Shooty. Like, he looks exactly like what you would expect him to look like just listening to his music.
Like, I just don't see how there are things that you're gonna put this string of text in your video game, and you have to have some awareness of how it's going to read, what kind of tone it's going to imply. Right? Like, you'd think they would be ready for that.
Yeah. Have you been paying attention to what kind of game this is, Fadul?
Right, but like at the time I was only like 20 minutes into it. Now I fully understand.
Yeah, speaking of throwing lines of text and names in the game, like, you may have seen over, like, the comms and everything that we can listen in on the enemy's communications, and, like, all our people are, like, you know, have, like, Japanese names and whatnot, but the commander of this particular fortress is named Schmitz.
And it's like that tweet with the American baseball players in whatever the hell game that was. I want to fight a JRPG super boss Mike Truck.
Yeah, the this is what Japanese people think American names sound like.
I mean, they're not wrong.
But I'm just, like, going, like, okay, so, yeah, the Militesi are clearly, like, anime Nazis, so, I know, here's an idea, let's give them all German names. But at the same time, let's also give them traditional Chinese names, because, of course, they're based on the 4 gods and everything, so... This game is hilariously all over the map, and I am... Like, again, I don't know if I should be surprised or shouldn't be.
Final Fantasy has never exactly been one to exercise restraint when it comes to mythological references.
So anyway, this is me murdering this commander with a katana.
Yep.
Good times, good times.
To the Militesi Empire!
So I just want to briefly point out, all of my ranged characters are dead right now.
Taken Togorath's stronghold.
Good times, good times.
And I'm looking, like, hey, I do have a Phoenix down. Maybe.
And you'll notice, like, as he presses it repeatedly, the game goes, no, no, no.
The main army will now pursue the remaining Imperial forces. Class 0, you... What happened? Respond! Where did that emergency transmission come?
Well, this bodes fantastically.
What the?
Okay, so now suddenly Armored Core breaks out.
Hey, I remember this guy.
So, yeah, General Cater has come to, give us a personal taste of what we can expect to come later.
To wait until he gets there, as General Kator planned. Inform the troops in Togorath.
Sir! Attention, all troops in Togorath! This is Kusabi!
Also note that the Imperial troops are at the point where they're like, we're just getting the fuck out of here. You know, something to consider.
From what we've seen in the game so far, that's an entirely rational reaction to have to literally anything in this game.
Get ready. You're going to help me test this new model.
That's right. It's time to get some combat data.
Right, yeah, we're going to stab this flying mech with swords.
I will say I really like the boss theme, though.
So, yeah, like, as Artix pointed out, all of his ranged characters going into this fight are dead. So, guess what's the key to absolutely breaking this fight over your knee?
Punching?
You would think, but actually no, it's having a ranged character to basically kill sight him to death.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh wait, fuck, I still have Ace. I can do this. And then, yeah, you can see how well this goes.
Yeah, so basically, as I kind of found out by accident, really, the person who breaks this fight, like, literally right over her knee is Cater. You bring her out, and because she's got infinite ammo and, like, no reload and rapid fire, basically, yeah, she can score those kill sight breaks, and basically just, like, drop his ass to the ground, leave him, like, literally staggered. And yeah, I, like, blew through, like, 2 whole health bars in, like, probably 5 seconds. I was like, oh, wow, this actually really well. Oh, and he's dead, okay.
Well, don't worry, we've got some PR people backing us up.
So this is kind of the point at which I'm like, fuck. But, if you do get him to the ground, this happens.
Yeah, he's basically, like I said, you can blow through, like, an entire health bar once you get him staggered. It's just getting him staggered is a feat of near impossibility unless you have a ranged character.
Yeah, the dirty secret to this fight, if you don't have a ranged character, is that thunder magic will stun him too.
I mean, that makes sense. Because, you know, machines, thunder, pretty standard Final Fantasy thing, really.
Unfortunately, as you can see, I am out of MP and cannot cast thunder, so...
Welp. Like, is there really anything actually to this fight in particular, rather than wanting to shoot him a lot?
Nah, he's just a really fast fucker, and unless you can knock him to the ground, you're just gonna have a miserable time.
And just like Kunmi, he will not shut the fuck up while you're fighting him, but unfortunately, unlike Kunmi, he doesn't have anything interesting to say.
He doesn't think this sucks at all.
Well, no, he's loving this shit.
Also, well done, you did passable.
Hey, we unlocked a Shiva summon, though. That's something.
Oh yeah, that unlocks by default, because I got that too.
Is it any less underwhelming than Ifrit?
No idea, I haven't used her yet.
Yeah, you don't... For obvious reasons, you don't really summon a whole lot in this game.
And I'm guessing that from, based on the other differences we've seen so far, even though this is the Fabula Nova Crystallis universe, that it's not like the lesbian motorcycle Shiva, but just like the standard Ice Lady one?
Yeah.
Man.
I expected more of a fight.
You do not get to talk shit after all of that.
So, yeah, everybody's running the fuck away. Maybe that's a hint.
Guys, I think there's about to be war crimes. Guys, I think there was a war crime.
Oh, we're just getting started with the war crimes.
I'm detecting a Lassie in the Tograth stronghold. It's a white tiger Primus Lassie.
Yeah, I mean, literally, it's a war crime. I believe I've told you about this before. Living war crimes.
But yeah, no, not only is it a Lassie, it's a Primus Lassie.
What the fuck is a Primus Lassie?
Order all units to retreat.
I don't know.
You really don't know at this point, but it's bad enough news that even, badass ninja commander is like, get everybody the fuck out of there right this minute.
Yeah, this is like the war crimes people's kind of war crimes.
A vermilion bird Lassie.
Yeah, so, this is where, the real difference between, regular Fabula Nova Crystallis Lassie and Type-0 Lassie come into play. Type-0 Lassie are basically, Superman from Man of Steel. With all of the things that implies.
Yeah, Lightning and Co were robbed. Wow, that was fucking ridiculous.
Oh no, not yet.
Although the Battle of Togareth was definitively won by the Allied forces of Rubrum and Concordia.
So yeah, we won. And, as a result, the fortress was literally wiped off the planet, and about 150,000 people are dead.
Good times, good times.
You see why I compare this game to Starship Troopers.
Of Rubrum's proud
this mission was absolutely worth it.
From Orient.
And, as I said, was definitely on the level.
Final Fantasy Type-0, everyone's dead, the game.
Everybody's dead, Dave.